This autumn, we find ourselves walking the streets of Porto. There is anticipation of our second Camino, as we are about to commence a new journey to Santiago de Compostela. Our last visit to the city was 2 years ago when we completed 800 kilometers from Saint-Jean-Pied-de-Port to Santiago. This time we are joined by Nettie and Joseph's aunt, as well as being rejoined by Joseph's sister, her husband and grandson. With our hearts in mind, we are ready to walk the coastal route with the spiritual variant of Camino Portuguese. So, we're in the cloister of the Cathedral of Porto, where you actually start your Camino.
So for Jojo and I, this is Camino Mark II.
Our second one. So we've got our credentials and we've got our shell and we're very excited and we're ready to go. After picking up our pilgrims' passports at the Porto Cathedral, we are ready to launch into our first of 17-day pilgrimage towards Spain. The journey north will cover 290 kilometers on the path to the cathedral to Santiago. The first sights of the yellow arrows and the cobblestones instantly brought us back to the most memorable autumn of our life. The peace of mind found in every step, the cherished moments of greetings, Bon Camino! And knowing that the day ahead would require only to wake up and walk. It is time to begin our Camino. Ready? Well, we're at Porto and we're about to leave today. We've enjoyed our stay at the Boa Vista accommodation behind me. Lovely accommodation, nice and clean. The staff are fantastic and welcoming. So today we begin our walk on the Camino. We will catch the train to Matosinhos. We have an approximate 25 k's to walk today before reaching Poa de Varzim. And in order to begin our Camino, we have been advised to avoid the city blocks of heavy traffic and commence our walk from Matosinhos. So let's get started and we'll see you on the track.
Okay, we have hit the water. We will follow the coastline. We will follow these particular arrows, the arrows of the Camino, the shell. See, we can see the little shell pointing in the right direction. It's meant to be a bit of an easy walk today. I mean, it's a long walk, but it's on the flat. That's good and bad, but anyway, it should be great. See ya.
So we're following the coastal route and as you can see behind me, we're following along the Atlantic Ocean. Here we go. It's kilometers and kilometers and kilometers of boardwalk. It's just amazing. Anyway, let's keep marching on. Imani. Hello, Imani.
It's not.
Hello, Imani. We finally stopped at a cafe called El Café de Sua Vida. And boy, have we walked enough to deserve a break and a meal. We haven't even had a coffee break yet. So we've finally chosen some beers and some rolls with chorizo in it and ham and cheese. Bon appetit. So we have Pedro IV, liberator of Portugal. This bus was made with garbage collected on the beach.
And this Pedro ain't no garbage. This is Peter the First.
Peter doing some first aid prevention to his feet.
We are at the Hotel Torre de Mar.
We just got here and it's just before 7 p.m. Yeah, not feeling too bad for our first day walking. Probably a little warm, a little bit of browning happening here.
Well, I forgot to put some Bacta on the back of my legs, so they're a little bit red, but they'll be okay by tomorrow. And the weather's been quite walkable. We had some lovely ocean views of the Atlantic. How fantastic is that?
An easy walk, not too difficult.
It was all on boardwalk, so more 90% of it was boardwalk.
Well, I don't think there's any much more to say apart from we're going to have some nice showers, get out of our walking clothes.
Looking forward to dinner.
And then we'll come back and I think we're just going to go straight to bed.
Yes.
We'll see you in the morning, give you an update.
Bye.
Bom dia. Today we leave Povo de Varzim and we're going to make our way to Esperende. We've got 20 kilometers to do today, or 21, because we've got to hit the coast first. So come along with us and see what we can find along our journey. See you on the track. And the day starts with drizzling rain. So we're expecting it to clear at some stage. So it's not windy, so that's a good start. Let's see where it takes us.
This is a verse that we discovered along the way, and it's from the invocation from the Upanishads. And it goes like this: May I open my eyes in the morning with thy holy name on my lips. May I see divinity everywhere and in everyone. May I never hurt anyone, and may I never be afraid of anyone. May I be inspired to choose persuasive words, loving kindness, creative and positive thoughts to bring peace and goodwill throughout the world. May my meditation deepen so I can draw on the source of all life to heal myself and the world. May I fall asleep at night with thy holy name on my lips, healing my wounds and preparing me for another day of service.
We've met a couple other Pellegrinos along the way, and the boys are from Ireland. Where from, guys?
Galway, West of Ireland.
And your names are?
Tom and Callum.
And why are you doing the Camino?
Just to kind of explore a new place, I guess. Yeah.
Awesome.
A bit.
Yeah. We're marching on, and we wish the boys a bon camino.
Yeah, Callum here is helping his brother move house.
Don't let anyone know.
All right, guys. All the best. It's that part of the day we've come to a point where you've been wondering why we have Nettie walking along with us. And she's part of our Camino family on this journey. But going back in history, Nettie has also done a number of walks with us, whether it be hiking, but she joined us in 2011 when we did a Tuscan walk as well as a walk in Provence. So now Nettie has joined us on Camino Portuguese. So Nettie, would you like to tell us why you've joined us on the Camino Portuguese?
Because Pete and Joe made me? No, that's not true. No, I wanted to see if I could still achieve doing a lengthy walk and proving that I can actually still endure long distance walking.
Is there any spiritual value when you're coming along?
Oh, spiritual value? Yes, there are moments when I do reassess myself. Yes, I do. But I'm not, it's only day 2.
Good, I'll ask you the same question after a week.
Okay.
Okay then, moving on. Bye. Finally, our noses have taken to a place of coffee. So we've got a little bit of cake and refueling before we continue our walk.
So Jojo knows how to make me happy.
Absolutely.
He bought some cake.
Absolutely.
If it's open, anybody wants to join the...
Check out the gum trees behind me. You'd think that I was still in Australia, but no, I'm here in Portugal and there's a plantation right behind me. Lots and lots of gum trees. Hugging a gum tree. Feel like home, Peter?
I'm far away amongst the gum trees.
So come away with me. Let's break free. We could fall asleep where the land and ocean meet. Wake up to the sounds of no one around.
Finally stopping at the Cafe Sport. We've indulged in a panini called Americano, which has got ham, cheese and lettuce and some tomato. And but no better than to wash it with a beer. Cheers.
Let's break free. Just you and me. Oh,
Well, we're at our hotel. We made it. 21 k's later.
This is Hotel in Esponendes, and it's called
Hotel Suave Mare.
Oh, okay. Oh,
Mare meaning sea.
Suave means Slav. I don't think so.
I don't know. Not sure. But anyway, great walk today. The only thing we found difficult was after a while walking on cobbled stones is difficult. It's quite sore under your feet.
So it seems like we're going to whinge about boardwalks and whinge about cobblestones. Well, we're a pack of whingers.
We'll get over it. Overall, walk was good. We got a mixture of coastal walk and inland walk today. Finally arriving here, we've showered and changed, and it's almost time for us to go and grab something to eat.
Had some chats with some peregrinos along the way.
Oh, we did.
And we saw some nice sights. Hey, it's getting to that spiritual churchy element because there's lots of old churches. So we're dropping into them.
And windmills.
That was the earlier part, yeah.
There was a few old windmills.
Yep.
So that's all from us today. I don't have anything else to report.
Don't look out for the windmills because they seem quite remote and a bit dilapidated. But anyway, I think the churches were more impressive.
We'll give you an update tomorrow morning where we're going.
See ya.
Bye. Bom dia. We've had a nice day at the Hotel Suave Mar and we're about to leave Esposende and we will make our way to Viana da Castello. We've got a 22k hike. We're going to do a mixture of some inland walking and some coastal walking today. That's the plan. And so come along with us and see what else we can find on our journey.
You got a collar on?
Little puppy.
Is there a name? No. Hello.
You're not lost, are you? Looks a bit.
We are in Bainho and we've stopped at a little cafe here called Peter?
Cafe.
Club Mortar da Uia. And it has
Club
something.
Mutande.
No, that's what you wear. And the owner has obviously something to do with motorbikes because that's what Mortar means. Are we ready to move on?
We are.
Let's go.
Bon Camino! We got the bikes down.
Yeah, these bikes have copped the caning today.
Bon Camino! Here we are, we've just arrived at Viana de Compostela after a 25-kilometre walk. Joe has finally collapsed and I'm still standing holding this camera.
We have arrived at Viana do Castello.
And where are we? At the Hotel Rally Viana.
And we left Esposende this morning.
And it was not 22 k's as predicted, it was 25. And the worst part of it is walking on those bloody cobblestones all the way here because it's sore under your feet after a while.
So we're pretty exhausted tonight.
So there's not much else to say. Overall it was a great day, pretty much reminiscent of the Camino Francis, walking through different little towns and cafes along the way. A little bit better marked, but
Than the previous days.
correct. Well, that's
And more of Santiago is visible.
we're gonna
At
call
St.
it.
James.
We're gonna call it a night, and we shall see you in the morning for an update.
Good night.
Okay, bye. Bom dia. We are going to leave Viana do Castello, and unfortunately, it's a place where you could actually stay a couple more days and explore, but unfortunately, we don't have the time, so we're going to press on.
Which is a shame because it seems like it's got some nice 13th century monasteries and some grand old buildings.
So we are going to make our journey to Vila Praia de Ancora.
And it's about a 20-kilometre walk, Joe, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. And we're going to be passing through some villages and as well as getting some great views of the sea. So how about we get cracking, Peter?
It's about just before 9. Let's get going.
Let the day begin. Now we've met another peregrino along the way, and her name is Bep. Nice and easy to remember. And Nettie, would you like to ask Bep a few questions?
Where are you from?
Amersfoort?
Amersfoort.
Yes.
Okay. Now, near?
Near Nijkerk.
Nijkerk.
I live in Nijkerk, but Amersfoort is, for some people when I say, oh, it's Amersfoort, they say, oh, I know. But when I say, oh, I live in Nijkerk, they say, I don't know.
Yeah.
And I only have one question for you. Why are you doing the Camino?
Why are you doing the Camino? I like to walk, and it's good to clear your head.
Excellent answer.
Yes, excellent. Do I pass the exam?
Yes. So we wish you a bon Camino.
Yeah.
Bon Camino, you too also.
Bon Camino.
Have a good time together.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay.
We've stopped at Cafe Bar Central, and I'm very happy now because
We have our café e bomba.
I got a bomba filled with custard. Time to enjoy. Well, we're looking for a cafe for some lunch. It's now just after 1 o'clock in the afternoon, and there hasn't been very many cafes on this stretch of the walk, so let's hope that we'll find something very shortly. Everyone's starting to feel a little bit peckish. So we've just had lunch in Ancora, and we're about 3.5 k's to our end of our destination. Lovely lunch. I had some pear juice, and I had they were like chicken involtinis with ham, and they were pretty delicious. So now that we're fueled up, we're marching on to our accommodation. Well, we've finally arrived at our accommodation, Banyu Guest House, and we're in Villa Praia de Ancora. So I understand that 1 R seems to compensate for 2 to create the word Ancora. So we are ready now to unwind,
Rest a little bit.
have a shower and change, and probably get ready for an evening meal later on this evening. But just before we go, just a quick recap of the day. We walked through some farmland. We sort of followed the hinterland of the coastline, and we wasn't too many cafes along the way, so we sort of ate a little bit later than what we normally would have eaten.
The eucalypt trees actually look more lush than you would find in Australia.
And we didn't see as many churches this time along the walk. So we sort of had to wait till we came into town to get our couple of stamps. Overall, it was a pleasant walk.
It was around 20 kilometres, and that's quite doable.
We'll catch up with you tomorrow morning and give you an update of where we're off to next. Good. Bom dia. Today we leave Villa Praia de Ancora, and it's our last day in Portugal. So we have a 8k walk to the river, and we'll be taking a ferry across. and we'll be taking a ferry across from Camino de Passe and then a short walk to Algarda. So all up we'll be doing about 15 kilometers today. So let's get cracking, Peter. We've got a bit of walking to do. Not too much. It's an easy day out on the flat. Let's go. We've been lucky enough to get a beautiful morning for a walk, no wind, and great views to the ocean, the Atlantic Ocean. We've reached the river and now it's time to cross it. We booked our tickets. We're just going to go on a boat taxi across the river and we will commence our walk from there to Algarda. Got your hat?
Portugal, Spain. We arrived by boat. I think we're legal. No border control. Refugees from Portugal.
We are finally in Pasas. I think it's Paxas or Pasas. After catching the ferry, and we've got our final salute to Portugal. We've got our pastel de nata. I will never call them Portuguese tarts again. Pastel de nata, and we've got cinnamon on them.
Okay.
And
this one is a bit more cooked than yours, but that's okay. I'm going to
so,
enjoy it.
cheers. Here's to Portugal and hello to Spain.
Bye, Portugal.
Oh, they're good. Very good.
Yum.
And we now have 3.8 k's into
Aguada.
Aguada. We have finally arrived in Aguada.
We actually arrived about 3 hours ago.
Yeah, we changed, and we had a little walk around, saw a few things around town.
We had lunch at about 4 in the afternoon.
We're
having dinner now.
It's a public holiday, so a lot of things are closed today. But look, we had a great day today. Nice sunny day, walking along the coastline.
We left Portugal and entered Spain via a dinghy. Well, a bit more than a dinghy, an outboard dinghy.
A taxi boat. So here we are in Algarda, and we're about to have dinner, and I'm going to show you a bit of a sunset, and we will leave you with that and check in with you tomorrow morning to let you know what we're up to tomorrow.
Yeah.
Buenos dias. Today we leave Aguada and we make our way to Oil. We've got a 13k walk, so it's quite a short walk. But we've had breakfast at this lovely Monasterio San Benito, which Auntie Mary and Nettie have been staying in. A much luxurious place than what we've been staying in, but we get to enjoy it for breakfast. So I'm going to give you a quick tour before we actually head off and start our walk. So yeah, come along with us and see what else we can see along the way. On our previous Camino Francis, we talked about the metaphor of the shell. Remember?
Yes, the Alzheimer's hasn't kicked in just yet.
And where do all the lines go?
Well, they all go to a central point, and all the lines go to a central point, and that is Santiago.
That's right. But this time, I'm carrying my own cross, as I had a tattoo done with the shell and the cross.
And I'm carrying my own cross too.
And it's the cross. And it's the cross I wish to talk about.
Oh, that one.
Yes, the one that's on the shell.
The one that I was meant to have tattooed on the back of my leg.
Yeah. So the cross is a symbol of the order of Santiago, one of the chivalry orders. This one,
What does chivalry mean?
well,
I'd say chivalry is like gentlemanlike.
so, and this one represents, it's protecting the pilgrims as well as fighting back the Muslims during the occupation.
Ooh, those Moors. Those naughty Moors.
But they did leave their marks behind, because going through Portuguese, all those wonderful tiles that we saw was the arts of the Moors.
Good morning, Peter here. Along the way, we bumped into Ralph. So I'm going to ask Ralph, hey Ralph, what are you doing on the Camino?
I am on my way to Santiago de Compostela. I'm doing a long walk for health reasons, particularly the coastal route, because I want to dip in the sea hopefully every day. And yeah, it's a challenge, and it's a good place to meet people.
And what, you can't meet people in London? There are a lot of people there.
Yeah, but there's quite a cosy. You meet people in different situations.
Oh, good answer.
So I'm not usually a solo traveller or anything like that, but maybe I'm doing it by force in a way.
Okay.
In that I wouldn't normally choose to do it, but because of I've suffered a few health problems. I'm forced to do various things that I wouldn't normally do.
Okay.
And this is perhaps one of them.
And how did you hear of the Camino?
I don't know, they always ask you this on internet, you know, when you're booking something. How did you hear
It's a
about
marketing,
it?
it's a marketing survey that I'm doing.
Basically, you just hear about it through the ether or the internet.
Oh,
but
there we
my
go.
cousin did, I've got a German cousin who
Okay.
did it about 6 months ago.
Okay.
And I'm also part of a shiatsu group, and there's a lady on there that did it
Okay.
last 8 months ago.
Okay, so something that you heard about and just washed over.
Yes.
That's one way of putting it.
Made it possible.
Okay, lovely. Well, we wish you a bon Camino.
All right, you too.
Cheers.
Thanks.
As much as we've got a very steep climb to go up, because we know that what goes up must come down, but apparently once we get up there we're going to show you the views and you can work it out whether it's worth it. Well, what a short day that's been.
It was a pretty easy walk.
And we're here at Oya.
Oya!
Oya. Yes, Peter. And we had a hard climb up to the top.
Oh, yeah.
But the views here have been absolutely beautiful. It's been a beautiful day. And nothing much else to report. Otherwise, it was an easy walk following the coastline. We caught up with a Pellegrino who joined us along the walk. His name was Ralph.
G'day, Ralph.
He's from London. We've had a coffee break today with some delicious Santiago cake, and then I suppose now we've refreshed ourselves and showered. We're going to take a walk down into town and have a bite to eat.
That's about it.
Nothing else to report. We'll see you tomorrow, and we'll give you a update on the coming day. All right, bye from us. See you tomorrow.
In the morning.
Bye. Yes.
Hello.
It's day 7 of our Camino Portuguese, and we're in Oia, and we're off to
You tell me, Jojo.
Bayona.
Oia to Bayona.
How many Ks have we got, Peter?
I reckon it's about 17.
Oh, we got that one right. And we're going to be doing a bit of a coastal walk. We're going to do a bit of an inland walk. Going to some old Roman pathways.
Well, we've done a lot of those already, and it shouldn't be too difficult.
And we're going to a famous tourist town, which is Bayona, a seaside resort, which is very popular with the Spanish people when they go on their vacations.
Okay.
So an important town, it's got lots of historical monuments. It's important for a specific thing that happened in 1493. And that was the ship Caravel La Pinta, which returned to Bayona with the news of the discovery of America.
Because the Nina, the Pinta, and the Santa Maria all went to America, and one came back.
We look forward to getting into Bayona and checking out more history when we get there.
See ya. Bye.
Bye. We come to a point in our day where we've been walking just over comes a point in the day where we've been actually walking for almost 2.5 hours, and we haven't seen a kiosk, and we're dying for coffee and a pee stop. Anyway, let's hope something arises soon. Otherwise, it'll be a bush. We're at Cafe Muino, and I believe this is the last stop as far as cafe goes between here and Bayona.
So thank goodness we've had our coffee and Torta de Santiago. And in the background here, we have a molina. What the hell is a molina? Well, it's a windmill, obviously.
Used for?
Well, what are windmills used for? They're generally used for grinding stuff. They weren't really solar, they weren't really sort of energy drivers back in the original days.
So we will make our way now to Bayona and catch up with you somewhere along the way. Our Australian plants here in Spain seem to do so well. They're much more green and lush than the ones growing in our own country. They must love the climate. Have a look at this bottle brush. Everybody, wave, thumbs up. Yep, that's right. This is where all the bushfires happen, so you can see that everything's pretty much burnt out here. Well, when we stopped at Camp Muino, as we know, there's not many cafes along the way, so we bought ourselves our first bocadillo with jamon and tomatoes. Bon appetit!
We have arrived at our destination. It is the Hotel Cayes in Bayonne.
So we've showered and we changed, and we've actually had a little walk around. We've had dinner, and the town is, as we said earlier this morning, it is a historic town and a tourist attraction for many tourists. So we're going to spend the day tomorrow resting and probably do a little bit of exploration. And then we'll give you an update of what we're doing next.
But I'm pretty tired, and I reckon I'm going to sleep really well tonight. In fact, I think I'll fall asleep right now. Buenos dias. Piero here. We're in Bayonne. It's about 7:30 in the morning, and as you can see, it's dark, and we're heading to Vigo. Vigo's about 24 kilometers away. Oh, it's a bit undulating, a bit curving, but we will show you pics along the way as well. So we'll see you later on. Bye.
As we're walking along the coast, we have found not one marker. So thank goodness for my little Bible. I'm hoping that we'll be able to get back on track somewhere and follow the correct route that we wish to follow, which is the inland route, part of the coastal walk. There seems to be quite a few different legs of the walk coming out of Bayonne. So we'll keep marching on and see if we can find our actual route.
So we've walked for about an hour now, and we actually have finally found a yellow arrow up there. We're a bit concerned for a little period of time there, trying doubting our experiences, but we found it. Hallelujah.
Well, we've hit a bit of a milestone point here. It's 120 kilometres round figures to Santiago. We see a lot of these particular markers along the way, but this one, look, round numbers. See you soon.
Hola. 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 Yes. So we have an invasive species here all the way from Australia, and it's black silver wattle. You think we're in the Australian bush. We've got bracken, we've got gum trees, and the silver wattle. Just feels like home. We've stopped at Cafeteria Antonia, and boy were we hungry, and it took us a while to get here because there weren't many cafes along the walk. There was the first one that we went to, which we dropped in for a coffee, and there's been nothing ever since. So we've stopped in, feeling hungry as we are. We got a cerveza con limon, and we got a couple of empanadilla. Peter got one with tuna, and I got one with jamon and queso, which is cheese and ham. We've done what? In Eddie believes we've done 27 kilometres. 0.33, and I think we've got 1.7 k's to go. So we've stopped into a cafe, a Moroccan cafe, and we're going to have a couple of lattes. We've taken our feet off the floor, the ground, just to ease them off a little bit, have some replenishment, and then we'll finally finish off our last 1.7 Ks. We'll be at our accommodation soon enough for some hot showers. Finally got to our hotel in Vigo, Hotel Atlantica.
Pretty exhausted because it was quite a walk today, and Vigo was an unexpected surprise. It's a lot bigger than I anticipated. It has a population of in excess of 250,000 people.
Just a roundup of our walk today. It was very undulating. We a lot of forest, a lot of eucalypts that we saw along the way. You'd think you were in Australia with the wattle and gum leaves and even a little bit of bottle brush that we saw today.
Great conditions. It was actually, I didn't even put factor on today. The sun actually came through a little bit towards the end of the day. We also got 4 seasons. We got rain as well. So quite a mixed day, but actually pretty good walking.
We didn't get to see many churches along the journey up until the end of the day, and one in the middle, which was El Salvador. But hopefully we'll get to see some more in the coming days. Apart from that, it was an enjoyable day.
And we will see you later.
We'll give you an update tomorrow morning.
Okay, bye.
Good night. Buenos dias. We're leaving Vigo today and we are on our way to Redondela. We've got 16 Ks to walk, probably a little bit more, but around about that, and we're going to be walking through some forest today, getting some great views over the sea. So let's see what today brings. Come along with us and enjoy. As we leave Vigo, all I can say is the wayward marks are very poor. We don't see enough of them, and we're trying to find them and half the time guessing, but I think we're heading the right direction. One great thing about the people in this town, they actually help you find the way.
Lo que le encanta es eso.
So we finally caught up with Kathy and Bass on our Camino, and this is the second time they've joined us because they came and did the Francis Camino with us in 2023. So Kathy and Bill, what brings you back on this Camino?
Another time for spiritual reflection and another adventure.
Yes, and I've been through a bit over the last 18 months, so it's good to come and reflect on life in general.
So is there anything about the Camino that you would like to say to our viewers?
Well, we're doing it on bikes, and it's a very different experience to the walkers. It's fun and it's arduous at times, but
But if you can't walk the Camino, it's a great way of doing it. So, yeah.
and it's good. This section is different, and it provides different opportunities to reflect on what life really is all about.
Well, we wish you well and a bon camino on your journey.
Gracias.
Muchas gracias.
Muchas gracias.
Buen camino.
Buen camino.
Coffee bar! Yay! Yay! Well, that coffee break was well worth it, and we had some walnut cake with it, which was delicious as well. So all fueled up, we're ready to march on. Peter, what does the Camino mean to you?
Well, Jojo, it means to walk. It means to take one foot in front of the other, to feel the earth under your feet, and to be present and mindful with where you're at.
Benvenuto, casa mia. Well, we finally made it to Redondela.
Redondela, a pleasant Sunday afternoon.
Just a quick recap of the day. Fairly easy.
Yeah.
16 Ks.
Scenic walk principally through lots of gum trees.
Yeah, smashed it out. Got to see a couple of trees at the beginning and one at the end. Had a coffee along the way. Wasn't too difficult. No. And then we found ourselves in Redondela. As you can see, we've changed our clothes, we've showered, and we're out at the piazza. And we're going to finish the day off here, probably have a drink and then a meal for dinner. And we'll catch you tomorrow morning. Catch you later.
Cheers.
Bye. Buenos dias. Today we leave Redondela and we're going to make our way to Pontevedra. We've got a 20k walk to do. This is going to be the busiest part of the Camino as we have people joining us who are coming through from Porto and Tui. So we're going to be joined by many pilgrims on the walk. So we've got a very beautiful walk to do today. So come and join us and see what else we can see.
I'm going to outbid Nettie. I'm going to pay €11 for it. I reckon it's got position. A crap house in a not so bad street. So I reckon there's good value.
And I'm looking forward to the housewarming when it occurs.
We're in Arcade, and I smell coffee across the road. Let's go. That coffee break at Fort Vila de Mar was well worth it. Best coffee, as well as Porto de Santiago, which was absolutely delicious. We're fueled up now and we will continue walking. I'm not sure how much we've got left, but we've still got a bit of a distance. Okay, we're just crossing the medieval bridge called Ponte Sapaio over the river Verdugo, where Napoleon's army was defeated by the Spanish in 1809 during the War of Independence. So, lovely old stone bridge. Finally found some food on this trail. I didn't think we were going to get through the day without finding something to eat.
So if you stop talking, we can start eating.
So we've got panini with shoulder of pork and queso, which is cheese. And we've got potato chips as well. You wouldn't get that in Australia. Let's get stuck into it.
Exactly, yum.
So I have a quote for the day, Peter.
Okay, Joseph, you tell me the quote for the day.
So the quote is, materialism is born when we become disconnected with the soul and spirit.
Okay, well, when you're on the Camino, you become far more connected with both soul and spirit. And we forget about all that other thing
that we've left behind. Yeah. We've arrived at Pontevedra and we've checked into our hotel at Vila and we've showered and changed and now we've gone for a little walk around town.
And I agree with everything you've said, Jojo.
Really?
For the first time in a while.
So we're going to probably find somewhere to eat, not sure where, but we had a great day today. It was a long day.
Yeah. We're pretty tired, actually.
It was a very undulating walking day. Not a lot of places to stop and have refreshments, but we finally found something on the walk. We'll keep you posted tomorrow morning with what's happening on our walk. Buenos dias. Today we're leaving Pontevedra and we're off to Armenteria. We've got a 20.5k walk. Bit of a hard slog, I understand, a bit narrow, a bit undulating. We're going to get there. Come along with us and let's see what we can find along the way.
Well, we're doing one of those dumbass things like we did on the first one. We actually missed the sign. We're doing the spiritual variant walk, and look, as you can see, there is this tree here, and the sign is behind the tree, and we're meant to be going left, and we went right. But I think we're on the right path now, and we're going to add another nearly 2 kilometres to our already long day.
We've just had an early lunch, well it's actually midday now, at Bar Castro, the best bocadillos we've had so far on our walk. For €3, we got a whole baguette with some serrano jamon, tomato and queso. And boy, did it go down well, because the next part of the walk, there's not much there to offer as far as cafes go. We're coming out of Cambalo, and it's been a steep climb. We're feeling like mountain goats. Maybe we're doing our penance for all our sins.
No, you are.
Oh, I've been told that I am.
I have yet to find my sins. Others will tell me them, though. Okay, Jojo, we have a quote of the day, so I'll hand over to you.
Now, this is going to be something we can all think about. And they say that people return to old haunts because they intuit the karma there needs to be resolved. Is that in the spiritual sense that we keep coming back in reincarnation?
Oh, Joe, that's far too deep for this time of the day. Give me a moment to reflect on that and I'll come back to you.
Well, maybe it's something we all need to reflect on.
Yes.
Look, a bar. We're going to have a cerveza. We did it.
Yeah,
Cheers. Cheers, cheers, cheers. Come on. We are at the Monasterio de Armenteria. We finished our walk today and hit the bar because we got very thirsty. And then we went to our accommodation, showered and changed, and came down here. But I'll tell you about that in a moment. First of all, we're going to talk about the day very quickly and briefly about the spiritual variant.
Mm-hmm.
The variant.
Spiritual.
No, it wasn't.
I don't know where they found this particular path.
Hang on.
But I only found one monastery along the way and they call it spiritual after 25 kilometres. Well,
the only variant was the steepness of the walk.
Peter was looking for his gin and tonic of the spiritual version.
That was the spirit, but we got it at the bar. Cerveza con limón.
Exactly. Anyway, we're in the quadrangle of the monastery, but it's actually now a convent. And we've had our pilgrim blessings, and the nuns here are of the Cistercian order. Now, that's not to be confused with Nasturtian, okay?
So we're feeling very blessed and very hungry. So these pilgrims are going to get something to eat, return to the accommodation, and call it a night.
And one of the little verses that from our blessing, and I'll read it, and it says, "May the light and love of God bless and direct your steps. May the roads rise up to meet you." Now that sounds also like an Irish blessing too. I remember that verse from an Irish blessing. Anyway, good night all, and
we'll see you tomorrow. We'll give you an update on our walk tomorrow morning.
Okay, bye.
Bye. Start again. Buenos dias.
Buenos dias.
We're leaving Armenteria and we're going to
Villanova de Arosa.
And we have 24.6 kilometers today.
That long? I thought it was only 20.
No, you thought wrong. But it's all downhill. After yesterday's hard slog, it's gonna seem easy for us.
Yeah, I'll tell you at the end of the day.
So we'll probably go through some little villages and towns along the way, following some golden beaches as we finally arrive to our destination. We'll catch up with you on the walk. He's already left me. Bye. Well, those last 3 kilometres have been absolutely amazing. It's been very much peaceful and calming, almost like doing a meditation, and just one foot after the other and just having your ears listening to the stream babbling alongside you. It's been amazing seeing all those abandoned mills which we once used during the medieval ages. And as technology became more progressive, I suppose that was the reason why they became abandoned. Hola. Hola, Pedro.
Peter here. I'm with a fellow Pellegrino, Auntie Mary. She came along for the ride with us, and she's been walking for a few days now, and I wish to pose a few questions to Mary. Mary, why did you come on the Camino?
To prove to some people that I could do it, and to myself that I was able to walk this distance, and I think I've done more than what I expected.
Mary, you can do lots more than you can expect. And why did you actually come with Jojo and myself?
Because it's special. They are special for me.
Oh, you're a schmoozer.
Yeah.
Now tell me, what are you gaining from the Camino?
Not sure. I love walking on my own and just being free and to think what I want.
Okay.
What am I gaining? Basically, it's just a great feeling that I've been able to achieve it.
Well, we see that, Mary. We see that you're actually walking partly your own Camino as well, because you sometimes zoom on ahead, but we can see you're in your own space.
Yeah, and I love that.
That's
I love
that sense of independence about you as well.
Yeah.
And as we say on the Camino,
Bon Camino,
Mary.
Sorry. Wait. Thumbs up.
Wave thumbs up.
Bon Camino! We've just decided to stop at Ocastañas for a coffee, and I can see why they call this cafe Ocastañas, because I'm standing just under the shade of a chestnut tree. And we've enjoyed a cafe con leche as well as a coffee flan with a toffee, and I really like the toffee because it's got a little bit of bitterness about it. Time now for us to move on because we're nice and refueled.
We're having our quote of the day, and the quote is: "The Camino is a journey of the body longing to connect itself with the spirit."
Yeah, not separated as in the case of St. James and his head. But then
that's the body and not the spirit. Peter here, Bon Camino. I'm more than a pilgrim, I am an inventor. Now, there was this rock in the middle of nowhere, and we need to take a bit of a break. However, the drill lines just make perfect pole stands. So there we go, nice little display with our little shells. How good is that?
That was a big day, and we finally arrived at our accommodation. We showered, we changed, we've had dinner, and now it's almost bedtime. But just a quick recap of the day. Firstly, I would like to say the first part of the day, walking along that babbling brook, was very special to me. Gave me that time to sort of be within myself. Yeah.
It was a lovely part of the day, Jojo, and it was under shade, and it was probably one of the easier parts of the walk today. And then it was actually a lovely day, but then it was got a bit too long, really, for me, and I was feeling extremely weary towards the end.
Yeah, I think the last part was probably a little bit hard because we were trying to find our accommodation. But nonetheless, the day was very, very special because just walking past the old babbling brooks and seeing some of the old sawmills, were they sawmills?
They were mills.
Flour mills.
Flour mills.
Or sawmills, they
and
could
just
have been
sort of
mills.
imagining what it would have been like in those days.
Those Middle Ages.
Middle Ages, yes. It was very special.
Well, I think everyone's really wanting to hit the hay. So we're going to wrap it up here, and we'll catch up with you tomorrow morning as we're going to be catching a boat. But we'll tell you more about that tomorrow morning. See you then.
Bye for now.
Good night. Dias. We're going to be departing from Villanova de Rosa. Because we're doing the spiritual variant, we've got a boat to catch, which is going to take us to a place called Portuguese. I think that's how you pronounce it. We'll disembark there. We have a 19k walk, and we're going to finish up at Miledorio. So we've got quite a bit of distance to do. Let's get cracking.
Picture this, 44 AD.
Herod decapitates St. James.
Not personal, I don't think.
He had it ordered. But the head of St. James remains in Jerusalem underneath an altar in a church there. The body, however, was transported by two of St. James' disciples on a stone boat to Galicia.
They transported the body up the river
and then to Santiago, where his remains are now buried at the Santiago church.
Correct, but they were initially buried about 40 kilometres from Santiago, and they were discovered in around the 8th century, as the story goes.
So there we are. There's a wrap up of that part of the story.
Okay.
Well, we've just stepped out of the church, Sant'Antonio, and right opposite, Al Parado do Camino Cafe, and we've indulged in a cafe latte and a pistachio donut. Very delicious and fresh.
Bon dia, Peter here, and we've come across this lovely mural sponsored by Estrella, and that is a Spanish beer company, but they have got a little saying along the way as well, and it reads like this. It says, "On the way, a smile will break down any language barrier." Well, as my Spanish is pretty crap, a smile gets me a long way. See ya.
Hola. You know what? Christmas is Not too far away. Come back. Come back.
Hi, Nettie here, before Peter.
Hello, Peter here.
Here we have another lavanderia, which we have found many of on our travels. This is where the women do their washing and congregate to socialise.
And because these lavanderias didn't have spin dry, nor did they have automation, then the Máquina de Lavanderia came along and the women no longer congregated here. So then the cafes in town became very popular because then they do their café lattes.
Nothing like a refreshing cerveza con limón.
Stop was a long time coming.
So we finally stopped at a cafe and we've got our burgers for lunch today and we've got some ketchup and mayonnaise. Yum.
Well, Peter here, we have achieved less than 10 kilometres to go to Santiago. I wanted it to be a round marker, but unfortunately it's 9.870. So not too far to go now. Our little dance, yay!
Yay!
After a longish day, we have arrived at our destination. It is Casa Rural de Benetas. It's not too far from Villa Nova. We wish it was closer, but we've got really no dinner provisions here, so we're having to go into Villa Nova for dinner.
So we will change and share and make our way. But just to recap on today.
Oh no, we haven't got enough time for a recap.
Oh yeah, we have.
So much has happened.
Well, we first had the lovely spiritual boat trip on the river and
That was a nice start.
and went through the history of
Santiago.
being brought up to Galicia. We then got off the boat and then started our walk. And the walk itself today has been lovely.
But about 20 kilometres, so it's been a bit enduring and yeah, okay. Things get a bit frayed after a while, but we'll talk about that later.
Tomorrow morning, we'll give you an update of what's going to happen because it's going to be our last day and we've got about something like 8 or 9 Ks from here to Santiago. So I'll see you in the morning. Buenos dias.
Buenos dias.
We have had a great time here at Casa das Bendinas.
Pace e bene.
It has been beautiful and peaceful here. We're about to commence our walk to Santiago. It's our last day. And we've got
about 9 kilometres because we've got just about a kilometre to go into Mille d'Oro. Not Mille Foglie.
No, the millefeuille is something you eat. And it's quite delicious, but not here. I haven't seen any millefeuille here.
No.
So we're about to get cracking. We've got to walk into Mille d'Oro and pick up our 2 fellow peregrinos before we
Mary and Nettie.
Before we descend our walk into Santiago.
So let's head off, Jojo.
Let's get cracking. Hello, Horace. Hey, come here. Hello. We've just stopped at a cafe here in sort of the outskirts of Santiago, or inner outskirts, and we're just having a break before we make our last leg into the Piazza of Santiago. We'll see you all there. And we finally made it. Second time round. Santiago watching us overhead.
Thank you, Santiago, for making us get here again. Okay, Peter here, Jojo here. If we're doing this little narrative, it means we have arrived in Santiago.
Yep, we have. 14 days taken us to get from Porto to here.
You know, I didn't nearly make it this morning because here I am at 300 kilometres and I'm chatting to this little puppy along the way and I trip over myself, so I did a little bit of damage.
You had a good trip.
I'm okay. For those who have been worried about me along the way, of course.
So whilst we've been walking, we've been collecting all our stamps. And we lined up and we've got our certificates. I'm not going to take them out because...
It's like a jigsaw puzzle. By the time you put it back in there, you don't have the time.
We have a few in there with everybody else's and we're taking them home for them. So we've done that. We've checked into our accommodation and as you can see, we've showered and changed. We'll have a walkthrough. We're going to go to Mass tonight, a Pilgrim's Mass. Then out for dinner and then back to bed. And that's the end of our Camino Portuguese. But we're not going to stop there because while this adventure is finished, we're about to commence a new one. And it's called the FiNiSH.
Exactly. So we will see you on some new adventure.
And FiNiSH means the end of the world.
Yep.
So stay tuned. And we'll fill you in the coming adventure.
See you on our next adventure.
Bye.
Bye.